Hey everyone, good evening. How are you? I'm making this video because ever since I put my GoFundMe out, a lot of people have had a lot of questions, and just I want to tell my story for once so that it won't be any more questions and that people would want to help me. And I'm going to start from when I was 13 because that's when I moved here. That's the closest thing that happened. So when in 2003 I was 13 and I moved here to Locust Grove, Georgia. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't want to be around anybody. Georgia sickened me. I rebelled to the fullest of being here, to the point where I kept getting in trouble with the law. Now, when I was getting in trouble with the law, my mom decided it was best that I move with my grandparents to Barstow, California. So that's what I did. When I moved to Barstow, California, I was even more mad because it was nothing there. It wasn't the part of California I wanted to be in. And it was a girl there trying to bully me. I'm not working with no bullies. So, excuse me. She was trying to bully me or whatever. So my grandparents sent me to my mom for the summer. I had fun that summer. I got to saw all my old friends and just have fun, have a ball. And before it was time for me to go back, I want to say like a week or two, my feet had swollen to NFL regulation size footballs and I couldn't walk. My mom rushed me to Henry County Medical. When I went to Henry County Medical, the doctors tested me for everything. They found out I had kidney failure. They did a kidney biopsy on me and they realized that I only had 40%, less than 40% of my kidneys left. They said my kidneys were going rapidly and that I was going to die by 17 or a little after 17. I didn't die. Matter of fact, 6 months after I turned 17, I got really sick. I did get really sick. My mom had moved to New York because she had to make more money to pay for the medical bills and the co-pays and the medicine because the government wouldn't help her because they decided that she made enough to be able to do this when she didn't. So she was in New York. She got me a place on Wesley Chapel. When I was in my place in Wesley Chapel, my hair started falling out. I had a boyfriend named EJ. He took me to a beauty shop and he sat there with me while I got my hair cut in the shape of a mohawk, which was very traumatic for me because I've always had long hair. But he made me feel pretty during the situation anyway. I guess that was cool. Shortly after that, I was at a 4th of July cookout. And I had drunk some soda. And when I drank the soda, my stomach just automatically started hurting. It was hurting for hours. And I was in Union City. So the people that was there wouldn't call the ambulance. I'm talking about nobody. I'm talking about 30 people there. They wouldn't let me get my phone to call the ambulance. Like, they really wanted me to die there. Like, you be all right. Don't call no ambulance making all that drama here. And I'm like, are y'all kidding me? So I was like, whatever. I drove off. I drove all the way from Union City to DeKalb. And I got in my house. I couldn't sleep. I didn't feel better. I was not feeling good. My friend Arlene sent his baby mama Sheena to take me to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, within 10 minutes, they had me rushing me to the back for emergency surgery because I had 3 ulcers erupt in my stomach. That's this scar. Shortly after the surgery and I recovered, my mom said she couldn't be away anymore while I'm sick. So we had to pick up and leave. When we picked up and left, we went to Redwood City, California. Redwood City, California is a really good place. That's all I could really say. It took 7 months to get a kidney there. But during those 7 months, I went through pure hell. I had to do emergency dialysis again because I don't know if I mentioned this the first time when I had to start dialysis. When my mom was gone, I kept calling my doctors to tell them that I wanted to get on dialysis because I couldn't move, I couldn't eat, I was throwing up bowel, you know what I'm saying? And And he would keep telling me, no, you're not ready. No, you're not ready. No, you're not ready. I literally went to dialysis clinics and they were telling me your doctor has seen you. Your doctor has seen you. So I had to go to the emergency room in Georgia at Emory University and get my first set of tubes. And I was starting dialysis. And that's when my mom moved us to Redwood City. She moved us there and I got peritoneal dialysis, which is this one. It didn't work for me. It only cleaned out the water in my body. It didn't take away my toxins. So once again, I was in a hospital with toxic shock. And they put more tubes in my chest. Shortly after, in November, they gave me a kidney from my mom. My mom is O positive and I'm O negative. O positive is not supposed to give O negative blood, but they had experimental drugs there, so it worked out. It was a 5% chance that it would have worked, and it worked for a year. During that year, I got married to what I thought was the love of my life, and he had two daughters, Leah and Layla, and they are the most beautiful, gorgeous, most loving. Oh my God, I love those girls. To this day, I love them. And if they ever see this video, I hope they know that I love them still. I love y'all still. But anyways, my husband left once I got sick, and I had to start dialysis again after months of being in the hospital. And right now I've been on dialysis 4 years. The last 2 years have been pure hell for me. I've been in constant, consistent pain. It's just all the time. And I'll show you why if you think I'm over exaggerating and don't believe me. That's my dialysis arm. I've had 15 surgeries on it this year alone. I just came from one last week. Look, if you don't want to donate, I understand. But please share my video. Because it's not a lot of people out there with my disease. So nobody's looking to try to treat it. And I need a cure. I need help. I need a kidney. So, thank you for watching my video. If you watched it to the end, please help me and share for Shay.